And welcome back, everyone. It's time for Daybreak in 10 here on Color 10.
That means we are on the air with you for the next 10 minutes without commercials beginning right now. And first, let's head on over to meteorologist Elisa Rafa
Color 10 News
with our forecast. Good morning, Elisa.
Good morning. We are starting out with a flash flood watch that is in effect this morning, goes through tonight along and south of the interstate, where 1 to 2 inch downpours are likely. Be careful for ponding on the roads and some low visibility in that heavy rain. Starting out pretty quiet this morning, just some clouds in Springfield. It is 68 degrees out there right now. Some light showers in north central Arkansas. But for the most part, we're dry right now, but we will find some showers and storms with some locally heavy rain today. It's 74 degrees in West Plains, 68 in Branson, and 68 degrees in Springfield. At the pool today, you're looking at a high at 86 degrees with some scattered showers and storms. Again, capable of some of that locally heavy rain. We continue with that storm threat tonight with some heavy downpours. Tomorrow, north winds will send us much cooler with highs in the 70s, some showers, and again, maybe some locally heavy rain, but much cooler tomorrow with those showers around 78 degrees. Probably dry on Saturday, mostly cloudy, a few showers, highs in the lower 80s, keeping that limited flood threat again today and tomorrow. For 1 to 2 inch downpours, just be careful out there today. Again, cooler, 70s tomorrow. A couple of showers possible this weekend, and then we trend drier as we go into next week. Those rain chances really drop off, but the temperatures stay pretty cool, continuing with highs in the lower 80s. Joe, Jen.
One lawmaker in Jefferson City says despite the governor's special session, more focus should go into making sure schools have the tools they need to reopen safely. St. Louis Democratic Senator Jill Shoup introduced the Smart and Safe Schools Act. The bill would bring volunteers from the healthcare and air filtration industry, architects, and school leaders together for a roundtable discussion. Governor Parson continues to put his faith into local administrations and school districts.
I'm confident in the administrators across this state. I'm confident in the school boards that are around here. They got elected to make decisions for their communities, and they're going to know what best suits their communities.
Asked if he would consider Senator Shoup's legislation, the governor said he will solely focus on violent crime during this special session.
If you have had trouble finding your favorite beverage in a can recently, it's become a common problem around the country. It has a lot to do with cans coming in high demand over the last few months, as the American Beverage Association says it's not because of a shortage of aluminum, but simply due to more people drinking soda and alcohol at home rather than at a restaurant or bar. Owner of Discount Smokes and Beer, Sean Levy, has noticed beer sales increasing more, and they've seen some shortages themselves.
And we were noticing on our beers from, it's not one distributor versus another, but both distributors are running short, where like last week we were short over 150 cases of what our order was, which is quite a bit. So like instead of our normal delivery day, sometimes I got to go pick it up myself. Like it just depends on when the delivery comes in, but they aren't able to keep the supply what they would normally have.
He's also been told that many distributors around the country are focusing on first getting their bigger selling stores stocked up, which can leave smaller stores waiting a bit longer. New for you now, a study reveals children have gained an average of 8 to 10 pounds since the height of this pandemic. Color 10's Nigel McDonald spoke with a local pediatrician about this and joins us this morning to share ways to keep your kids healthy as we continue to spend more time at home. Nigel, good morning to you.
Well, good morning, Joe. Yeah, the doctor I met with says it's important now more than ever to prioritize your family's physical, mental, and social health. Dr. Laura Waters says what seems like an endless summer can lead to more snacking throughout the day, which is why she says it's important to have healthy food options readily available for your child, since children are less likely to pick a food that they will have to prepare themselves. Now, this can include things like apples, bananas, and mandarin oranges. She also suggests involving your child in the meal planning for the week, adding the goal is to create healthy bodies early on.
My goal as a pediatrician is to never make kids feel bad about their weights, because I think that sets up, kind of bad habits later on and bad feelings and emotions that kids can have. And so, focusing on creating healthy bodies is really our goal. And so helping kids kind of balance out their eating habits and their activity levels to make sure that they're staying in that healthy range is always our goal. And so that's really what we need to focus on, is helping kids create those healthy choices early on, so that then they can do that lifelong.
Well, Dr. Waters also shared a few simple healthy snack options to add to your next grocery list. You can view that at ozarksfirst.com.
Hi, Jim McDonald. Today, we now keep crime into focus for you. A Dent County man could spend decades behind bars for sex crimes against a child. Michael Chilton of Salem pleaded guilty to several charges, including first-degree statutory rape and second-degree statutory sodomy. He was arrested in 2018 when a 17-year-old woman came forward alleging that he had been raping her since she was 12. Chilton could be sentenced to 28 years in prison.
A suspect is in custody after at least 5 vehicle pursuits over the past 4 weeks. It happened in Vernon County. Sheriff's office there said the suspect was found on Monday, but he fled on an ATV through rural Nevada, Missouri, broke into a residence, and ran off through the woods. He was finally stopped after he jumped into a pond and was surrounded by deputies. Meth and stolen property were both found during this investigation.
A professor at the University of Arkansas has been indicted for wire fraud and passport fraud. Simon Saw Tiong Ang has been a professor and researcher at the school since '88. He was the investigator and co-investigator for grant contracts funded by U.S. government agencies. FBI agents discovered he received money and benefits from China and was closely associated with companies based in China during the same time he was receiving grants from those government agencies, and he didn't disclose the conflicts of interest. If convicted, he faces a max punishment of 20 years in prison for each wire fraud count and 10 years in federal prison for each passport fraud count.
The Northwest Arkansas National Airport makes the cut as one of the busiest 100 airports in the country. According to the FAA, XNA had an almost 18% passenger increase in 2019 and comes in as the 99th top airport in the United States. Alex English says business travelers are the most common type of customers, but she is also seeing another passenger trend.
We have lots of travel. We have lots of leisure as well. And a lot of people that are even coming to Northwest Arkansas as a tourist destination for the mountain biking that we have offered here. Crystal Bridges, obviously Northwest Arkansas is thought of as a destination in a lot of ways now too, which is wonderful.
English says hopefully once the pandemic is under control, more direct flights can be offered by the airport so long as Northwest Arkansas continues to grow.
All right, just a couple minutes here, but what's trending right now? Everyone online talking about NASA and Mars, Elisa Raffa, right up your alley.
Yeah, so this is live. The launch happened while you guys were reading the news like 2-3 minutes ago.
You did.
So
it's through
the troposphere. It looks like it's in the stratosphere, starting to look down on Earth. So it got out of here pretty quick.
Yeah, no kidding.
But in flight already. So it's headed to Mars to get some samples and send them back to Earth and learn about Mars. It won't get there though until February. It's a long journey.
To me. Yeah, it is a long journey. So a few months. And once it gets there, it will be there 2 Earth years, you said, and 1 Mars year.
Yes, because we measure years by the trip
rotation
around the sun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for us, it would be 2 Earth years. It's going to be up there, again, collecting data, trying to send it back. And, yeah, it will be up there. And
Elisa, you missed your flight.
Oh, yeah. I
had a boarding pass and everything.
So, yeah, if you have a dorky kid at home or like me, you can print a boarding pass on NASA's website. It's super
cute.
It's
so exciting. Yeah.
I love it. It launched from Cape Canaveral, Florida, so that was my...
They can cover a lot of ground in 2 years, I would think, right? I hope.
It is 1.1 billion miles. That's how many points I get.
And you get points
for free
too.
miles.
Yeah, yeah. Save your miles. It would be fun for the kids to save the boarding pass, and then in 2 years, when they come back with information, you can say, "Hey, 2 years
my
ago,
return flight."
Yeah, exactly. Return flight.
We'll keep you here for the weather, though, at least, right?
I guess so. We've got some showers and storms out there today with locally heavy rain, flash flood watch in effect through the day. So just be careful for some of that ponding that you might find on the roads.
All right, everyone. Thanks so much for starting your day off with us here on Daybreak. We'll see you back here with more news on midday.